Good morning, little hoes. My name is Kristen and welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to do another top 5 video. I really enjoyed doing the succulent one last time and I thought, there's a few other categories of top 5s. I might as well do like a little mini series on them. And today it is well-hung plants. It's our favorite type, isn't it, ladies? I have a thing for hanging plants. I absolutely love vining, cascading, trailing, whatever you want to call it, plants. I've recently staked a number of trailing plants, so I'm a little bit more limited in what I currently have that is trailing, that I enjoy. I also don't necessarily want to repeat any in upcoming videos, so I'm trying to pick some ones that I haven't showcased a whole lot or will be showing in some upcoming videos. So let's get into it. Like last time, I'm probably just going to show you what they look like in situations, since some of them are big, bulky, and I can't really get down to show you. Well, I can get down to show you, but I just can't bring them down to show you. Yes, over-explaining, Kristen. Let's get into it. Look at my bat wing. Ah. Okie dokie, little smokies. Sorry for that outburst earlier. I think I'm over-caffeinated, if there is such a thing. But I want to say these are going to be in no particular order, but I love this plant. I think you guys will know by how frequently I have shown you this guy, my black Pagoda lipstick. He will always be one of my favorites, one of the things I cherish. No matter how commonplace it may get, no matter how long I've had it, I am always impressed. Now, he has seen better days. He got a little bit sun-stressed by my putting him outside over the summer. It's bouncing back. We have new leaves. We have some new growth up at the top there. This was probably one of the first dozen or so houseplants I purchased when I first started getting into houseplants. And not only does it hold a special place in my heart because of that, but also it's easy to grow. It really doesn't fuss. There's not a whole lot you really have to do. I think probably making sure you don't overwater, although at times I have, and it's a lot more forgiving than other types of lipsticks with regards to that. I do try and fertilize fairly often, and when I do, it's more bloom because I rather enjoy the weird greenish orange flowers on it. As far as care, I don't know. It's in a tiny pot. It's in the same pot that I got it in a few years ago. It could be repotted, but it's happy, and I think it appreciates being root bound, so I'm going to leave it for now. If I could offer one tip for this plant, it would be do yourself a favor, take advantage of how cool the modeling is and the burgundy backsides, and put your black Pagoda in a window so that it can be backlit by the sun, because it will glow in the right settings, and you're really going to appreciate that coloration even more in that bright backlit situation. Moving on, this comes in at a very close second. It is my Ripsalis, and it was mislabeled. I believe this is Repliformis. It is by far one of the laciest, most delicate, cool textural plants I own. And it just cascades beautifully in my shell macrame that I thrifted. I really dig it, and this is honestly one of the plants that I could see myself actually getting duplicates of. Like I mentioned in my other video, I don't really do duplicate plants of the same species, but I could foresee myself getting like a massive basket of these. As far as care, I think I've probably mentioned it to you guys before. Let them dry out. You will sometimes see them start to shrivel a little bit. That's a sign that it could use some more water. Really easy, sort of a jungle succulent plant. It likes to dry out, but it's totally cool with more humid environments. Really thrives on that. My soil is just a plain potting soil, but I'm sure you could do a more chunky, barky mix just fine, so long as it didn't stay too moist. And I also have to talk about this little guy. This, I think they call it a lace flower or fringe flower. It is the Alsoba denanthifolia, and to be honest, it's not one that I think of a lot, but that is kind of the beauty about it. The fact that it is so easy, I don't really have to worry about it dying or having dramatic issues. It's just there. It's just always happy. It's a good-natured plant. This little dude has been in a 4-inch since I propagated it. It started with just a few cuttings, and it now trails down, down, down. And you can tell at this point the foliage is a little bit droopy and it could use a drink. But again, it's good-natured. It will put up with a lot of that abuse. And now I just can't imagine not having it. Just creates layers of texture with the Rhipsalis. This is an awful spot for this plant. It's a tiny leafed Ceropegia. It's kind of dark. It blends in way too well in this situation and doesn't stand out. But he's super happy here, and I think I'll let him keep growing for the moment before moving him somewhere I can appreciate it better. Let me move him. This too adorable for words plant is a Ceropegia. Ceropegia linearis variety woodii form debilis. That's a mouthful. The undersides are purple and the top is green. I believe they call this string of needles. I got this a while ago. I can't remember if it was last fall or early this spring. I got it on Etsy. It was a great deal. It was only like $18 for some little starters, and they weren't particularly well rooted, so I put them in some kind of cactusy mix along with potting soil, kept it in the bathroom here so it could get some humidity, and I watered it sparingly. It has put out a ton of new growth. Again, it was probably just to right here when I got it, so it's at least doubled, on its way to being triple the size. It is such a delicate little thing. I love it. I'm curious to see if it will be as drought tolerant and carefree in the sunroom, full sun, as my normal Ceropegias. And I have a thing for Ceropegia. I'm very happy to have this in my collection. I almost wasn't going to show it to you guys since I've only had it for maybe like a year tops. And I really wanted to showcase plants that I've had for a while that I know are easy breezy and I can take care of for long term. But I think he's going to do great, and I'm excited to kind of share this plant around and get it a little bit more out there and common, because it's cool and definitely a great plant for anyone that loves Ceropegias, succulenty vining plants. So lastly, I'm going to be showing you my Philodendron Micans. and you guys will know from last year, this was one of my favorite plants. I still love it, but I kind of don't appreciate its stringy nature right now. I moved it from a 4-inch pot to this one, and it was super root bound. It really needed to be moved. It was a little bit of a very large upgrade very soon, but it's handled it well. I think I do want to take some cuttings and fill in the top here, especially this half, because it tends to look a little bit stringy right now and half-ass, honestly. So I will be bulking it up because I think it doesn't do it quite the justice it deserves, just how I have it. But this is an easy guy. It is great for anyone just starting to get into aeroids, just starting out with the velvet aeroids in particular. Those guys can need quite a bit of humidity, and this one is actually a great exception because he tolerates low humidity just fine and still creates, I mean, look at that. It still has that amazing velvety sheen. And just like the Black Pagoda, I mean, look at it backlit. That burgundy and kind of autumnal colors are just amazing. So again, do yourself a favor and put it somewhere that you can see that backlit, bootylicious red coloration. Caring for this guy, honestly, it's easy. Treat it like a pothos if you have it, and it will reward you by vining like crazy. It probably will grow quicker in more humidity, but like I said, it really doesn't require it to do well. And I do appreciate that the leaves come out looking nice, even in low humidity. It's pretty dry in this corner, guys, and they don't come out looking distorted, which is awesome. That is going to be it for my top 5 well-hung plants. I want to know what some of your guys' favorite vining, trailing, hanging plants are, because I kind of need some more. I don't, but I want more. Anyway, I hope you guys are staying safe, healthy, and sane. I will talk to you soon. Goodbye.